again with our next episode of Swami Shivananda Vani for Seekers of God. The book is called For Seekers of God in English, and these are the spiritual talks of Mahapurush Maharaj Swami Shivananji. So let's see what we are going to do today. Today we are going to read Path to Brahman is very difficult. Absolute continence is necessary. Danger of mental derangement. Divine grace, holy company. Again, the place is Belur Mutt. Time is December 7th, 1929. In the morning, as the talk turned to a monk's journey on foot to Kashmir in this extremely cold season, Mahapurushji said, "So, P has gone to Kashmir in this winter. It appears that he walked all the way from Rishikesh. I have been feeling worried from the moment I was told of this. Ah, Lord, do please take care of him. He has taken refuge in you alone. I think he has become a little unbalanced in mind. Else, why should he be so whimsical? Does anyone go to Kashmir in this season?" After keeping silent for a while, Mahapurushji said again, "This is difficult path, my son. This pursuit of knowledge of Brahman is very difficult. Not even brain can comprehend this, for it is subtler than the subtlest. It is easier to master secular knowledge. It is comparatively easier to become a great philosopher, a noted scientist, a great poet, a famous artist, or a well known politician. But it is extremely difficult to acquire the knowledge of Brahman. That is why the Upanishadic seer sings, "The wise ones describe that path to be an impassable as the sharpened razor's edge is difficult to tread." So it's like the razor's edge. Those who do not tread on this path cannot even guess how difficult it is. In the Upanishads, this knowledge by which is realized that immutable Brahman is called higher knowledge, while all other secular knowledge is called lower knowledge. One must practice absolute continence if one desires to have this higher knowledge. As a result of prolonged continence practiced heart and soul in all the planes of existence, the body and mind become fit for leading a divine life. For reaching the state of Brahmanhood, the brain develops a new nerve and all the cells in the body become transformed. One must observe absolute continence. The master used to say that one hesitates to pour milk in a vessel that has contained curd, lest the milk should get spoiled. That is why he loved pure minded boys so much, for it is they who can imbibe spirituality fully. These are all very subtle matters. Of course, above all, one must have the grace of God. Unless the Divine Mother is gracious, there is no hope of all this. It is only when she opens the door of knowledge to Brahman out of her compassion that the aspirant becomes able to attain it and not otherwise. In the Chandi, we have this very graceful mother becomes the cause of liberation of men when she is favorably disposed. It is she who grants the boon of freedom when she is pleased with men. There are quite a number of fine nerves in the body. Should any of these be deranged, man loses his balance. The Holy Mother used to say, "Pray to the Master that he may keep the head steady." To lose one's head is to lose all. Shoot me, said Swamiji, that is Swami Vivekananda, if my brain goes wrong. When P first came to this mutt, I could see from the very formation of his head that he would not have a steady mind and that he would lose his balance. It was reported to me that he had been learning Hatha Yoga at Rishikesh from a guru. I tell you, my boy, that is no good. Besides, he had been moving about from place to place for a very long time, keeping little touch with this monastery and its monks. He had been roaming about just as he liked. Now you see, he has lost his head. Maharaj, that is Swami Brahmanand, also used to say that it is not at all safe for a monk to live a solitary life in the early stages. He should have at least one companion. Is that the way of practicing austerities? Does it mean merely moving about in places like Rishikesh, Uttarkashi, and such other hills and forest regions will be practice austerities? After remaining quiet for a while, he said, Master, save him. He has taken refuge in you. Who indeed but you can save a man? Ah, he was a sincere boy after all, a brahmachari. The Uddhav Gita in the Bhagavad states that it is very difficult for an aspirant to progress in the path of spirituality because celestial powers, planets, disease, relatives, and others create all sorts of difficulties during the course of spiritual effort. Mahapurushji, all the difficulties can be surmounted when God becomes important in life. The Master was verily the power to set at notch all past karmas. All hindrances, whether they are on the material plane or the divine plane, are removed if one but takes refuge in Him. When favorably disposed, says the Chandi, thou curest all one's disease without exception. But when thou art angry, thou destroyest all that one desires. People who take refuge in thee have no fear, and those who take shelter under thee can give shelter to others as well. They become one with Brahman. As such, they grant asylum to others. And then there is such a thing as the companionship of the good. It saves men. It is absolutely necessary to live in the company of holy men. Thousands of people make the attempt, but only one or two among them succeed in realizing the truth. A devotee once asked Maharaj, how can one get devotion? In answer, Maharaj repeated the word, holy company, and then added, the holy men lead one to God. One must have the companionship of holy men, my son. One must have holy association. All the scriptures are full of praise of holy companionship. The Brahmacharin. The Ramayana puts it thus, companionship of the rishi who are bright and holy like fire. Mahapurushji, you have rightly quoted. It was after receiving the boon and blessing of the rishis, bright and holy like fire itself, for the killing at Ravana, that Sri Ramachandra prepared himself for the destruction of the Rakshasas. He then repeated the Sanskrit phrase, Satyam Sangha, companionship of the holy, several times and then finally added, but I tell you, my boys, that nothing will avail unless the Divine Mother is happy, is pleased with you. One can be saved only when she takes pity and allows one to escape out of her domain of this cosmic Maya. There is no other way out. Grace, grace, grace. To a sincere soul, she does become gracious. So, our prayer today is let Mother become gracious to all of us and grant us that realization. Hope you enjoyed today's reading. Do stay tuned to Devakshar, like and share our videos, and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskar.